Hey everybody, this is Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and today I'm gonna make one of Brad's favorite things. He doesn't know I'm doing this. He's outside mowing the grass. So I am gonna make some Big Mac tacos. A lot of people love Big Macs. I don't like to eat Big Macs. Brad doesn't like to eat Big Macs. You guys know the reason why. So we do this at home, and we're gonna make them a little bit different, just a little bit of spin on it, and Big Mac tacos. These are gonna be so delicious. Here's the ingredients, super simple, check it out. Okay, for this recipe, we need some ground beef, 1 pound of ground beef. This is our home-raised ground beef here. Flour tortillas, the smaller size, or you can use corn tortillas, it's entirely up to you. Some chopped lettuce, some pickle slices. Those were those big hunkin' pickles I decided to slice on my own. Then there's the Thrive chopped onions. We're gonna use that kind because I absolutely hate chopping onions. We need some dill relish, ketchup, onion powder, paprika, garlic, mayonnaise, and mustard, and that is all we need. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do before we cook our tacos is we're going to make the Big Mac sauce. This has got super simple ingredients in it that you have in your refrigerator and on your spice shelf right now. Nothing you have to buy. This is, unless of course you don't buy mayonnaise or ketchup or mustard, then you would have to figure that out. However, most people have mayonnaise, Duke's, or Hellmann's. We actually use the Aldi brand because it doesn't have any bioengineered, or I should say genetically modified, any kind of nonsense. So we use the Aldi brand. So we need half a cup of mayonnaise, and I'm just about gonna eyeball it because this is one of those things, it's super easy to go by taste. So we're gonna need a little bit of ketchup. We need 2 tablespoons of ketchup. This I will measure because I can always add a little bit more mayonnaise. So there's the ketchup. And now I'm gonna move my recipe over here so I can see it because I wrote it down and I don't have this one memorized. All right, we need some onion, and this I will eyeball. I love onion. I do not love chopping onions. This is super simple for these kind of recipes, for tartar sauce, for the Big Mac sauce. Anytime I have those kind of things, I just grab a pinch and drop it in there. If I'm making burgers, I will actually go ahead and put this into the burger meat. I don't rehydrate it first, I put them in there completely dry. So if you wanna check out those, there's a link in the description box. They are Thrive Life freeze-dried onions, delicious. Okay. Now we need some mustard. We need 2 teaspoons of mustard. If the mustard will come out of the bottle, yes, there we go. And again, I just kind of eyeball it. It's not exact measurements. I'm not creating some kind of science project or whatever. Then we need some garlic powder. We only want a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Unless of course you like more garlic, you can add tons more garlic if you want. That's the nice thing about these kind of sauce recipes. You can cater them to how you like them. If you want it a little bit more spicy, add more spice. So now with this, we need half a teaspoon of paprika. And then we need a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then, let's see, I cannot forget the relish. I'm just gonna use this measuring spoon because my tablespoon is already dirty and I don't wanna cross-contaminate ketchup and mustard. So we need 2 tablespoons of relish. That looks like about right. Brad really likes relish. Put that there. And then let's see, I think we got everything. I'm actually gonna forego the salt because there's plenty of salt in the other items like the ketchup and the mustard and the mayonnaise. I'm not gonna add any additional salt. I think we have everything. Now we're just going to go ahead and mix this up. And then we'll put this in the refrigerator while we cook our tacos. All right, I'm gonna take this spoon here. Set that there. All right. And I know it looks kind of gross right now, but we're gonna just go ahead and mix this up and it will be super delicious. There we go. Those onions will rehydrate from the liquid that is already in there, from the relish, the ketchup, and the mayonnaise, and the mustard. There we go. Now, with this, I will go ahead and put this in a small mason jar and stick this in the refrigerator while we prepare our tacos. Okay, so we got our stuff set up. It's the driveway alarm. So we got our stuff set up here. Before we get cooking, I'm actually gonna go ahead and plug this in. Again, the driveway alarm, no big deal. Plug this in and get this to be as hot. You don't know what this is. I have a griddle here, just a plain griddle. It's been well used and well loved. We're just gonna turn this to as hot as it goes. I don't wanna use you can use cast iron. The problem I have found is that when you use cast iron, it gets too hot, even on a low temperature, and it tends to burn too quickly. So I'm gonna use cast iron to get this going. So what we need to do is we just need our ground beef, and I put it on a plate here. It's thawed, so I'm going to take just a chunk of this, about 2 ounces. So out of a pound of ground beef, I'll get 8 tacos. So we're gonna take this, and then we're going to put a piece of wax paper on this plate right here. And I'm just gonna put this right here on top of that in the middle of the plate. Okay, so now, like I told you before, you can use flour tortillas or corn tortillas. It's whatever you prefer. Or you can even use naan bread, which is so delicious. So I have flour tortillas. That's what we're gonna use. I don't care for corn tortillas. I just don't like the way they taste. So we have our wax paper over our plate. This is gonna be our press. So I've got our tortilla on another plate, like this, and then we're gonna put these together like a big sandwich and press this out, and it will help to spread that beef onto that flour tortilla. And the wax paper helps to take the, oh, look at that. That just turned out absolutely perfect. And then if I wanted to, I could make a bunch of these and freeze them. But the first time I made these, I spread the meat out by hand. It was just such a pain. So this way, it is just perfect. See that? Look at that. That's so great. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to our skillet here, our griddle. Homemade butter. I found that our homemade butter actually does not smoke nearly what store-bought butter is. I'm not sure why, but I'm gonna go ahead and, this is probably gonna prove me wrong here right now. I can tell you that right now. Nope, look at there, smoking. That's okay, it's gonna taste delicious. Now we're gonna take this, and I'm going to just add a pinch of salt to it, not a lot. And then I'm gonna not smack it down. I'm gonna set this down on the butter and let that cook. Just like that. We're gonna let that cook for just a few minutes, and then we're gonna flip it and cook the other side. All right, let's check this, see if it's done. It should not take too terribly long to cook through because it is only a very thin piece of meat. Now we're gonna toast the other side, and then we will dress our Big Mac taco. Okay, this is done. Look at this. Look at that. Nice and crispy. Ouch, it's very hot. Nice and crispy on the bottom. Look at that, so good. Now let's go ahead and dress this. Okay. Note to self, when you do make these, put the cheese on at the last bit of cooking. That way it'll be melted by the time you want to cook it. So our cheese is mostly melted. See there? Looks so good. All right, now we're going to dress it. We're gonna go ahead and take some of our pickle slices, and we're just gonna put a couple on there, just like that. That's probably good. And then some of our chopped lettuce, just like that. And then we've got our sauce here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on there, or a lot of it. Depends on how much sauce you want. Are you feeling saucy, my friend? I think I'm feeling saucy. I like the sauce. It's really good, and I love knowing what's in it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and kind of not break it, but just kind of fold this in half. It's still really hot, but it's gonna be really, really good. Look at that. Does that look delicious or what? All right, now let's get the sauce side. Ooh, it's dripping. Okay, blind taste test. I wouldn't know that this is not a Big Mac cheeseburger. Oh my goodness. This is so good. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I'm gonna enjoy this here in just a minute. And I know Brad will really enjoy having these for dinner. These are some of his favorite tacos. He loves tacos, but these are his favorite tacos. So, I'm Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. It truly helps our family out. Again, I'm Christa with the Big Family Homestead. I've got an order to things. You have a blessed and amazing day.